Truly opinionated. Truly opinionated.
Truly opinionated. We do it for the culture.
Yo, welcome to the Top Podcast, where there's a lot of truth with just as many opinions. I'm your host with the most, IV, aka Sweet Brother Noomsy, and you know I got the squad with me.
What it do, baby? It's your boy Just Thug in the building.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Crown Vic.
Hey, family, it's Love Jamie.
It's your boy D Carey, aka Carry These Nuts, aka I am dope as fuck. What's up?
Yeah, and we are truly opinionated people. Thanks for tuning in. Yo, we got a great episode 2 for y'all, man. A lot of good topics. I want to dive right in, man.
Let's do it.
This Atatiana Jefferson situation, man, has really got me feeling away. It's definitely unfortunate. This young lady was 28 years old, and she lost her life to, once again, a senseless police act. She was at home. Just kind of give y'all the backdrop. She was at home. She was babysitting her nephew, and one of the neighbors in the neighborhood was concerned and called the police because her front door was open. The police responded. I think they called it, what is it, welfare check. And they responded. Police circled the house prior to even attempting to enter the house to see what was going on. They circled, went around back, seen her at the window. She was armed because she seen people in her yard. And from what I have it, the officer what's the officer's name?
Oh gosh,
Aaron Dean.
Aaron Dean, yes.
Fuck, boy.
He just drew on her and shot her. No explanation, no question asked, nothing. And from there, of course, he resigned because he knew the consequences of what he was facing, and now he's charged with murder, which he should rightfully be charged with. And I'm hoping to see some type of justice from this situation, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to get my hopes too far up because we know how this goes. I'm just curious to see what are y'all thoughts on this, because it's sad, man.
He's out on bond, right?
Yeah, he is out on bond right now. I think it was like a $20,000 bond, something like that.
I think I see.
Yeah. Young guy. I think he might have been a cop for like a fresh 18 months, something like that. But it's still no excuse. I mean, to me, he obviously won't cut out for that line of work. I don't know where he got his training from, but I'm like, yo, all you had to do was go inside and see what the issue was. If there was an issue, I mean, her having a gun or being armed, she was concerned. She was alarmed. It was people in her yard that she don't know.
And, you know, to your point about her having a weapon, I saw a lot of commentary about, well, she had a gun. And I want the record to reflect that she was a legal gun owner.
Okay.
And if you have somebody, I mean, either one of us, if we hear something outside, the first thing we're going to do is try to protect our home.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think that's beside the point. You're coming to do a welfare check. There was no verbal police ID. So she does not know that this is the police. And I feel like we hear this too often where they're just being real stealth coming up on somebody's house. And I mean, what did you expect? And then my bottom line with this whole incident is I really feel like you have a lot of cops who are too scared to do the job.
Exactly.
And they're trigger happy and easily afraid.
Exactly.
Oh,
Right.
you just shot her.
Exactly.
And her nephew was there. It's sad.
But who put the story out that she had a gun? I mean, it's her house, so you can have whatever the hell you
Because
want.
when
It's
they
your
went
house.
in, they found it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
of course they had to report it.
And I think the nephew had said that they had heard, people moving around in the yard, and that's why she responded the way she did, going to the window to see who was there. But I think the nephew had brought it to her attention that somebody was out there. But my whole thing is, and I know that neighbor has to feel bad.
Yeah,
I mean, she was trying to do the right thing, he or she. I'm not sure who. Then I don't know the
Was the
neighbor's
older
identity, but
guy.
yeah,
The
but
guy, yeah.
Last name Smith. Yeah, he is stating that he feels horrible. He feels as if though if he had never made that phone call, that she would still be here.
right.
And to me, we've seen a lot of situations where race is a factor. Okay. But I don't even really think this situation has anything to do with that. Again, I feel like it's poor training. It's, you take on that oath that you're going to protect and serve, but really you a bitch at heart. You don't got no heart.
Mm,
So you run up on any situation and you felt it was a threat.
right.
It was a woman standing at her window.
Right.
What do you
Right.
you are coming up on her home. I feel as if though he was a rookie too, because he had just got sworn in April
Yeah.
2018.
Like I said,
So
fresh 18 months.
I know he had. Did it ever say how many officers there was?
It was two that responded to the call.
Okay.
So it was him and another officer.
That other officer
I
was
would like
also
to
a
know.
rookie.
Yeah, I would like to know. Well, then there it have it. I wanted to know whom was that officer that was
So
with
they
him?
paired
Was
two
he-
rookies together.
But you're supposed to announce yourself. Like,
That's
who
what I'm
walks up on,
saying.
Yeah, of course.
regardless if you're the police or not, who walks up on somebody's house 2:00 in the morning unannounced?
Right.
Because whatever that come your way is welcome.
Right.
Like, I got some hot shit for you because, bro, you walking on my house at 2:00 in the morning, bro. Like, that's uncalled for.
That's a no-no.
So if you the police, you should know your proper training. Like, it's the police just doing a welfare check. Because if somebody broke in her house, then yeah, you know what time it is. But
then-
she would have answered. Nah, you
Right.
good, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like you just said, it was a welfare check.
Yeah,
Wasn't
like-
even the need to
Why
draw
have you
guns.
draw your
Right.
weapon?
Yeah, why
know?
why sneak around? Like, just go to the
Like you
door, see what's
automatically
up.
knew that something was going on, and there was
That
nothing
shit's
going
sad, man.
And I did read that some of she was in her bedroom. So her nephew pointed out, hey, I hear, some rustling around outside my bedroom window.
And you see
So
lights.
I'm instantly on guard. My
Exactly.
bedroom
Facts.
window. You're not even, at my front door. I know that man has to feel really bad.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that's something he's gonna have to live with for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And
It's
But
It's
it's
a
being,
sad-
it's being a
sad
good
situation.
neighbor though. Like, you looking out for your neighbor because you see their door is still open.
right.
So even though I know he feels bad, but it's like at the end of the day, that's all on the police.
That's
right.
He
Oh
ain't-
no,
he
I'm in
didn't do
no
anything
way
wrong,
placing
though.
blame
Yeah.
on the neighbor because I feel like he did that in good.
And what
and good
area?
intent.
What kind of area was that? Because why are you so nervous at 2:00 in the morning? You're the police, like
Mhm.
my nigga. Like, you're the police, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like,
The law of the
why?
land. Serve and protect. Supposed to be.
But I still can't help but wonder why her door was wide open at
That is the
2
mystery
in the morning.
question. I even
I
thought
can't
about
help but wonder that.
if I was the neighbor, would I have, before making the welfare call, noticing that the front door was open, going over there just to see, knocking, like, hey, everything
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say what you would have done, what I would have done in,
Mhm.
if I was in that situation. But are we all in agreement that, okay, he's being charged with murder, so that's obviously the right
Mhm.
the right call. What do we think is going to happen from this?
Shit. Get 10
Now,
years.
man,
What does he deserve?
don't
What should
know.
he get?
He should get life, but after the whole Botham Jean case,
That's what I'm
we
saying.
don't know.
Yeah,
Not
Like,
even 2
But I
weeks.
mean,
I know I better not see a judge hug him or nobody
Yeah.
playing in his hair or doing none of that.
I just
Patty
hope-
cake, none of that.
I just hope this don't become a trend, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be worried about sitting in the comfort of my own home. Like,
And the
Right.
police come walk. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like-
but I think they wasted no time to charge him. This wasn't one of those cases where it was a week and a half passed and there was no charges pressed. So
yeah,
I kind of feel like this I don't know. I strongly feel like this may be that one case that they just,
You feeling
make a-
optimistic
They get
that
it
it
right.
might be.
yeah, I kind of do. And
Yeah.
and one reason is because they wasted no time to charge him. So,
Well, like I said, the story's still developing, but we'll see what happens with it. Like I said, it's unfortunate that her life was taken. Rest in peace to her.
yeah. Rest in peace.
So, also in the news right now, When They See Us, that came out. How many months ago was that? Was it like 4 months, 6 months ago? Maybe not that
Somewhere
long.
there.
maybe
Yeah.
it was like June.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
like four
critically
months.
acclaimed movie, detailing the story behind the five guys. What's the name?
Exonerated
Exonerated
five.
Exonerated
Yes,
Five.
thank you so much. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's a great movie on Netflix. Ava DuVernay, who was the director, she is being sued along with Netflix for defamation by the police interrogation training and consulting firm. So apparently they felt like the scene in the movie where they were reenacting the Reed technique when they were interrogating the five young men and the methods that they use as far as holding them for hours, them not having access to food or water or drink. They saying that that's defamation. It's fabricated. It's not true. Do we believe this or not? Do they have a right to be suing?
No. No.
Yeah,
No.
I agree.
They
I
like
don't-
to be looked at as like they're always doing something right. When like even with the last story, like me personally, police, all those people that do that type of job, they're human just like us.
exactly.
So you can't say, oh, just because they're held at this standard that they won't lie, they won't use, you know what I'm saying, the law to their to help them like they will. You know what I'm saying? Like what makes them so good that they won't lie? Like you would do whatever you want to get a conviction. To, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, stop with the bullshit. Like for real. Like you're using the law to help you. So no, like sue for what? Because you mad at the truth.
Right,
Like people don't
Right.
like the truth because
Right.
the truth hurts. But this happened.
right. It's
So
out there now.
You can't be
see-
mad that we're seeing all the bad stuff that happen to people that look like us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
We seeing the practices. We seeing how they operate. And I do believe this whole Reed technique. I think this is still going on today. Because mind you, that happened in the late '80s, early '90s. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is still in effect now.
It is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it still is a technique that is used in training. It's used to extract information. Like it's like a psychological method.
Right.
And yes, it is very well still being used, especially in like big cases. It's
Right.
being used. I mean, I think the fact that they're suing over that one statement. There was also the statement where I think it was one of the prosecutors or something said to him, and he said, oh, the Reed technique is, what did he say, is universally something. And that's really what they're trying to feed on because after he said that, he tied those acts of 42 hours with no bathroom, no food to the Reed technique.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, and a part of me kind of feels like, because that movie had gotten so much, it went viral, got so much publicity. I feel like they're going to try to do anything to defame it,
Yeah. Definitely.
Mhm.
So
They're trying to tear it down because of the awareness that it brought to the
Exactly.
community, and like I said, that story being made into a motion picture and us seeing it and visualizing it, like we got to see firsthand, like, oh, okay, this is what they do.
like
Like,
it shed
Yeah.
light on what they really be doing.
Right.
Like
Like they
It-
really do go. Like,
yeah, like
by any means necessary, we're gonna get this information from you. And
and they know like, certain communities, you don't got money for no lawyer. You ain't
Right,
got money to,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So look, I'm gonna get you. You want to go home? Sign this paper.
Mhm.
And they know, shit, you sign this paper, you get a felony, I control you. You know what I'm saying? So now I control you. I don't care what you think you may be able to do in this world. You have a felony, and
Right.
that joint gonna follow you. So, yeah,
Yeah, I really don't think they have any ground to stand on when it comes to this lawsuit. But like I said, it's still developing. Once again, When They See Us is still on Netflix. I suggest if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. But I
Yes.
really don't see them winning this lawsuit. I don't think that it's gonna play out the way that they intended to.
and also when you watch that, watch the 13th Amendment, and you kind of see how all of this stuff ties together. too.
Message to the people: don't talk to the police.
Please don't.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. That's your Fifth Amendment right. If you're ever
Simple.
called in for questioning, let me get my lawyer.
Exactly.
Yes.
Holla at y'all later.
Exactly.
Don't talk to the police.
Don't talk. Speaking of police or allegations, I'm going to that route. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Radio. I like to call him Radio.
I want both.
Radio,
Again,
radio
Coach.
wild out. Man. Radio wild out.
Like that one.
Good one,
Good,
coach.
good one, Coach.
Oh my god.
What's
Coach
going on with him?
Jones.
14 women have come forward now accusing him of sexual misconduct. One lady that prosecuted him or was trying to charge him for, what was it, groping her or filling her butt or something like that. She has dropped that charge. I think yesterday, something like that. But it's still a total of 14 women. It's not looking good for Radio.
Yeah, Radio wild out, man. He done had problems before.
Radio.
It's either Radio or Trey from Boys in the Hood. I don't know which.
We
I'm
can't
gonna
call
go with
him
Trey from Boys in the Hood.
No,
we can't call him Trey.
No,
we
can't
can't
call him
call
Trey.
him
He
Trey.
lost
Trey
that.
was a stand-up
Trey
guy.
wouldn't
He
do
lost
that.
that. Okay, that's a classic
Radio wild
movie.
out.
So I
But
thought
can we
I-
really call him Radio?
Shit, he acting
That might-
slow.
Yeah,
so
he
gotta
acting like
call it
Radio.
Hey.
if this is true, he's acting like Radio
Oh,
right
shit,
now.
you
God.
want, bro.
Mm-mm.
I like that one.
I like these. I like these.
He got a history of doing some wild shit, man. So I'm not surprised. He definitely did whatever they saying he did.
What did he tell? What did he say to the young lady?
Man, he said, sit on my face and pee in my mouth.
That's wild.
Pastor Wilson.
man.
Clearly,
That's
there's
worse
no
than Pastor
toilet
Wilson. I don't-
Way worse.
available. You want-
Don't put no defamation.
you
on
want
Pastor
bodily
Wilson's
fluids.
name.
In your mouth.
Oh, Pastor Wilson.
Pastor Wilson.
No.
No.
No. Yeah. So
No,
they
but,
said that he was licking faces and touching breasts and butts and trying to grab their front
Is he
through their
married?
panties.
I thought he was married. I could be wrong. I don't really follow him too
I don't
deep to know.
either.
You got to be on something.
Like, bro, yeah,
That's-
like
I don't know how you
I mean,
approach
but
a
look
woman
at the
and think that that's
pictures.
okay to do. Like
When
that's
he's in the
crazy.
club, he looks fucked up.
He do be lit.
like he
Yeah, he-
look lit.
he do be lit.
he probably messing with them other drugs. That ain't weed.
That's
That's
acid.
the other stuff.
That
right
ain't,
there.
that ain't weed,
That's the
bro.
other stuff.
That's opioid.
But then these, it is. I think it has become a thing now where, people want to. Oh, he did this or she did this. How much do we think? I mean, could this be fabricated? Could this be like, oh, they, just trying to get some fame real quick? Or, 14.
I don't think so, man. Just like I said, seeing him move like in the club, talking about, hey, somebody stuck that dick. Like, come on, dog. Like,
Oh, yeah, that was
Come on,
out of
yeah.
line.
He
like,
did at
I
least
seen
half of
I
that.
think it was a still picture I seen online, and he had like a KFC bucket on his head.
He did.
Yeah.
And the meme said, they made a meme, and the meme said, whatever they say he did, he did that
that, yeah.
shit.
he did that.
Well, we gonna leave it right there. Whatever he,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
he
Whatever
did
they
it.
say
gonna
he
see.
did.
We gonna see how.
But
he
wait,
did.
wait. I want to ask though, seriously. This is from a males here.
Oh.
How much? I mean, how much is too much? When you are, I guess, you getting a little flirty, a little intimate with the female.
Was
in the
too
in the
far?
club?
Yeah, or in the club, or someone
Or the
you know,
bar.
and y'all somewhere you getting. How much is too much, or how do you? Is it simply when she says no, or
Yeah,
is
you
it some
back the
type of
fuck
body
up.
language that women give off that y'all think, oh, okay, I
Oh,
get,
yeah.
it,
I
know,
mean, no
I'm
is
just-
no. Number one, no
Yeah,
is no.
exactly.
I
Of
never
course.
took no as a yes. And I mean, yeah, I think you can kind of tell by body language, even facial expressions. What's too far.
Yeah,
You
you
know
can
what I'm
tell that
saying?
she's
Yeah.
comfortable.
Or
Yeah.
when like she's comfortable, or if she's willing to go there with you. I kind of misunderstood the question at first because I thought you meant like, what is too far to like request or what?
Wait, no.
Oh.
'Cause I'm like,
Oh,
you're not-
talking about what
you're not
he
peeing in my
said.
mouth.
Oh,
You're
no,
not
no,
doing
no,
that.
no.
Oh,
I'm
nah.
talking about him
We're
groping
not doing none of
women
that.
and all of that. Like what was the conversation or what was going on that made you think
Now
that,
that
was
can
okay?
happen. Know what I'm saying? Like if you at the bar and know what I'm saying, you mingling with a young lady, and if she, scoot over a little bit, know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna scoot up a little
Right.
bit too. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gonna see if we
He
can
throw it on you.
So this all on the reading the vibe. Like if like girls, y'all smart. Know what I'm saying? Y'all know, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to,
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna read what you
Yeah,
throwing, and
they have to initiate that.
Yeah,
first
you-
before
let the
I'm
woman
not
initiate it.
doing nothing physical with you until
Hell
I
no.
see you. All right, you move a little
Consent.
closer. All right,
Consent. Consent.
exactly.
exactly.
Yep. Very, very important word. Consent.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna pray for brother Radio.
Brother Ray.
Hope he gets it together.
He on his own, bro.
Put him in the game.
Oh God. Take him out.
Take
Sit
him out.
him
Take him out.
down.
Sit down.
Coach Jones.
Hop in that
Time out.
grocery car and ride
Oh,
down that
bad.
hill. That's what you
Radio.
need to do.
He was trying to hop
Get
in that
this
bra.
going.
That's what he was trying to hop in. For real.
You had to say it there.
Wait, did you say bra or bra?
Bra.
Bra.
Oh,
Yeah.
bra.
Bra.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
said
because
hot
I read that like he had groped somebody's breast, like
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah, he groped
inside
their
went inside
breast.
the shirt and everything. Like, bruh, what club is you at that they do that? Like,
yeah, he was.
I just
wild.
seen dudes touch grabbing ass, but a titty, like
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
think it's
Like,
that
that's-
difficult to do.
like,
I guarantee he went up to her and probably quoted one of his movie lines. Probably Jerry Maguire was like, "Show me the money." Went down her church was like that.
Man.
He's probably did one of them jumps.
Oh my God.
But yeah, wilding. Yo, so if we could get back on a more serious note, real quick, voting. The time of the year has come. We approaching that electoral time, not for the presidential, but
Mhm.
just if we could briefly speak on that, like what's the importance of voting, especially when it comes to our culture and the youth. How important is that now? Like, why is it important for y'all think for us to really get out there and really exercise that, take
Because
advantage?
These
Like,
people that control shit locally, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Locally for what you doing.
true.
That's why it's more important. It's more important than the presidential election. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's prosecuting your people, that's bringing in funds from the city and doing other things with it. That's the people.
Facts.
You got to vote for
Facts.
them first before you vote for Trump or whoever you vote for.
Facts. I think a lot of the, I mean,
well, first you got to register.
register to vote.
sure
Number
you
one,
register.
it's very important. But also, I'm not. We don't have to watch the news verbatim every day to really know what's going on or know who's of importance, or just. I think sometimes we're not. We don't know, so we kind of like whatever. It don't affect me, But I think it should be more attentiveness put on it. Whether it's through social media, through news outlets, whatever, just to kind of have an idea of what's going on in the community and who's who. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't agree with everything that they stand for 100%, who's the better choice at the end of the day? That's the way I look at it. Like, who's got more bullshit with them and who has less bullshit with them?
Yeah, 'cause
Right.
they all gonna have bullshit.
Exactly.
I mean, I was one of those people who was like against voting. Like, I'm not voting. My vote don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Up until like recently, like,
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's deeper than just that. Like, our ancestors died and fought for this right. So I can at least like pay y'all respects and just exercise that right that y'all fought and died for.
I like
You know
that.
what
I
Yeah,
feel that.
that's right.
I feel
I just feel as if though, I read everywhere that the youth vote, because that was part of the question, right? Youth, Black
Right.
culture. The youth vote counts for more than half of the voting population,
Mhm.
and that's not even talking about Black youth. That's all around youth.
Mhm.
And I just think, I understand people say, they believe their vote doesn't count because there's an electoral college and they make the final decision. But I feel like not even just the president, if we can get out there and vote for our Senate, our delegates, our
Yeah.
mayors,
Mhm.
House
Yep.
of Representatives,
Because that's where it really matters.
that's how
Just
our
local.
voice is going to get
City
heard
council.
to the president.
School board.
You know what I
all
mean?
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And like you said, Doug, until recently, a lot of people
Mhm.
didn't, voting. At least I got the day off.
Right.
Some
That
people was
was
getting
me.
that day off.
We ain't take that shit serious.
Yeah,
Right.
we didn't up until recently, and I think it's not more so about the president. It's about your local, your local representatives. Like, so
But I say
That's my
vote
point.
vote on your interest though, like regardless, because I don't claim no party. Like, what can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that's how everybody feel. What can you do for me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
what you trying to take? What you trying to give me? Like,
Mhm.
and not only me, like, shit, I got a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, what can you do? Like,
That's
it's
gonna
for
better
me,
my
for the
community.
future. Like, what kind of world is this going to be in 10 to 15 years?
Right.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, it's very important to vote. Like, I think there's supposed to be trying to. I know they didn't pass. I think it was in Atlanta when people were trying to vote. Like a lot of votes didn't count
Mm.
because it's a lot of stuff going on in the whole voting thing. But
Oh,
you
most
still have
definitely.
to you still have to come out and vote. Like we have to fight against them not wanting us to put who we want in office. Like because I think this election, like we have one next month
Yep.
for like the
Mhm.
Senate and all that.
Senate,
But like,
yep.
it's definitely important. Like local is more important than what I thought. Before like I voted for 3 different presidents. So before I never thought like local, like it's local. I'm gonna just do the president.
Right.
But learning and just listening to other people talking about it's like nah, like those local elections are important. Like so, I'm gonna go out there. I'm registered to vote. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna vote like
Definitely.
for my interest. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely encourage y'all, man, that's listening and watching to just, do your due diligence, do your homework, and just make sure that you, like Brother D said, you're voting for who shares your interests, who has your interests, and who you think will be the best candidate. But definitely get out there, register to vote,
Yes, sir.
and that's the only way you're gonna see change.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to shout out Simone Biles. Shout out to her in the sports world, Olympic gold medalist. She has been recently named the most decorated gymnast or athlete. Are we saying decorated athlete? I would say athlete or
I think it's Olympic.
Olympic athlete or gymnast,
Olympic
however you
gold
want to. She's the
medalist.
most decorated in history among the women and men. Right, Meeks? Am I getting that right?
You got it
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
between men and women. So this past weekend, her most recent gold medals were achieved in the balance beam and the floor exercise.
Dope.
And I believe she
Dope.
secured her 25th career world championship medal.
That's dope.
So
It's only like 22.
Yeah, I'm on the
Black
she's
excellence.
young.
She young.
She's
bruh.
young.
Like,
man.
And
True
she's
im-
short. She's 4'8".
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's
that's
really
that.
short.
That's that
That's
BGM. That
Yeah.
black girl magic.
right,
Girl
she's
magic.
definitely
Black
a
girl
true
magic.
Shout out
embodiment of
Wale.
black girl magic.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Black
I
Shout out
was-
to her,
excellence.
man. Black queen.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, for her to just have all those accomplishments so young and still have a lengthy career ahead of her. God forbid she stays healthy, don't have any injuries or anything like that. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I know growing up, as far as gymnasts and black gymnasts, like all I knew was like Jackie Joyner and
Right.
Kersey, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm leaving somebody out, but she's definitely like mentioning the same breath as them now. For her to get that accomplishment.
She has moves named after her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's putting it on the map for little black girls to be like, I want to be
Definitely.
like
Something
her.
to
You
aspire
know what I'm
to.
saying? So they can inspire them. So
Yeah.
that's always awesome.
And the Olympics is this year. Well, next year, right? Coming the summer next year.
2020.
2020, I think.
Where is it? Where they doing it at?
I'm not sure. Do
Don't
you
get
know?
me the line.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Usually
for sure.
it's somewhere cold, right?
Yeah.
Every time I watch it, it looks like somewhere cold.
Sometimes I think where they have like the Winter Olympics,
they
then they
have the
have
summer and the winter.
the summer joint.
Mm.
So
Right.
Sometimes it do be in LA. So
Yeah.
I don't know if this 2020 is in LA. It probably is because I think 2024 is like the big one where it's overseas. But
okay.
don't quote me on that.
I only watch the Olympics for certain. Like I watch the gymnastics. I watch some of the winter. I don't watch everything though. I watch swimming.
That track
I
and
like
field.
swimming.
Love
the
track,
track.
I like
and
the
field,
track
and field.
Yeah.
swimming, and as
Volleyball.
a child,
Yeah.
it was figure skating.
Shout out to my Jamaicans.
Right. And of course NBA.
Oh, yeah,
or,
yeah,
or,
I'm watching that.
Yeah.
watch the ballers. So going back to Netflix, it's this new show on Netflix. I know y'all done heard about it. Rhythm and Flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be like hip hop's version of American Idol, but yo, this show is dope. Shout out to whoever created this show. Shout out to T.I., Cardi B, Chance the Rapper. They serve as the 3 judges on the show. I was able to kind of lock in and watch. I watched a good like 4 episodes of the joint, like because the way they got it set up is like, normally on Netflix you'll have the whole season available to you, but they
Right.
do it like
It's a.
they
is it
kinda
like a
split it
daily
up.
Yeah,
episode or
every
something like that?
Wednesday they'll put
okay,
out
yeah.
4 episodes.
right.
But I think it's dope. I wasn't too sure how they was gonna fit as far as like T.I., Cardi, and Chance.
Yeah.
But I think they surprised me a lot by how they like interact with them.
They actually have good chemistry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Right.
I was
like,
kind
the
of worried
chemistry
about
is-
that. I'm just like,
It was
'cause
it
you know,
was an
T.I.
odd combination.
Yeah, he's kind of serving as like the more seasoned artist, and then you
Mhm.
got Cardi B personality,
right.
Yeah.
and then you got Chance the Rapper who
Lyricist.
I honestly thought he was gonna be like the nice guy because he's like that's
that's
how
what I
he
was ready to
naturally
say.
Yeah.
is. But
He's
he was
like
actually
the
more,
Simon on this joint. Like to
Yeah.
me. Well, T.I. has his moments too, but Chance is very critical.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Very critical. And that kind of surprised me. But it's dope the different levels of competition that they have these artists going through. I don't know how many they picked. I think it was maybe like 30.
yeah, it was 30.
Yeah, and they
Mhm.
narrow it down by the competition, but you're judged on your performance skills. You're judged on your you have to. They put you through a battle.
Mhm.
Uh,
Cadence.
That joint.
What else they
The
put you
judge on
through?
there.
You make your own music video. You get to record your own song.
Yeah,
Like it's deeper than like the normal um, judging show. Like if you look at American Idol, they'll come on, do a performance, and they judge them off that. It's different, like areas and techniques and different scenarios they put them through. So I thought it was dope because it's giving them the all around feel of what it's like or what they can expect from the industry and being an artist.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that. I think that this show showcases the different sounds of music, like the different techniques, the different rap styles. You got the show kicking off in LA
Right.
and then New York,
Yeah.
Chicago,
They go to all their
Atlanta.
homes.
So
Yep.
Mhm.
you have all, different type of artists, and I think that's good. It brings a different dynamic to this particular show
Yeah.
and competition.
Were y'all surprised though? Like because going back to the judges, who they picked, like I said, T.I. being more seasoned artist, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Cardi B and Chance being that they're fair, I wouldn't say new, but
Mhm. They're
newer than
rookies.
T.I.
yeah.
Do you think? I was kind of looking at first. I'm like, are they able?
Well,
I was thinking that too.
Who are they to judge? But
Right.
for me personally, with Cardi B, I'm sorry not to cut you, but
yeah,
I know the first episode was in Los Angeles, and I kind of felt like she was really echoing a lot of the critique that some of the judges who, stated their mind came before her. So I really didn't know if she would be a good fit as far as really judging people.
yeah.
But by the time they got to New York, her personality came out a little bit more, and I actually rocked with what she was. Her judges.
Right. She has some insight to bring. I
Yeah,
think.
because she's more so like that artist that popped off like off
From
one
social
big
media.
hit and
Right.
off social media, so she can give you that perspective. But then Chance kind of like I'm independent, like I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they kind of give them both of those aspects as far as with judging, and then of course T.I. is,
They ain't
legend,
make,
so.
they ain't make
yeah.
nobody walk and get no cheesecake.
Nah, man, they ain't do no making the band.
Man,
type
listen,
stuff.
making the band was
That's
the
classic.
shit back in the
Let's
day.
get
classic.
five
It was.
best rappers.
I don't
I
really
love
making
Making
the
the
band.
Die London. Do we have any favorites on the show so far, as far as like contestants?
Oh, yeah.
Vic, who you got?
Oh gosh, I am in love with Ariane, the 18-year-old from Chicago.
Okay.
Did you get a chance?
I did
to
watch
That was
see
him.
one of
him?
my favorites too.
Oh,
I
he's
watched
one of
him.
my favorites.
He's real passionate.
He is to be so young,
Yeah.
and it seems like he has a lot to say. So I really like him. Big Mouth Bo. She's she's from Chicago. I think the name.
Big mouth.
I didn't
I
like
like
that.
that.
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
You
I
didn't
wasn't-
like it?
I wasn't really a
I
fan
want to
of
hear
her.
more of her. More. Oh, D Smoke. I like
I
him
love
too.
D
D
Smoke
Smoke.
is my
Love
favorite.
him.
I
Love
love
him.
D
D
Smoke.
Smoke is hard.
He got
So,
he
He's
got a lot of
hard.
flavor with him too. The fact he can speak Spanish,
Yeah,
that's
that
dope.
joint
That's
hard.
dope.
And
that's
like they
dope.
noted, he wasn't saying no bullshit. He was actually
Cardi
Cardi,
understood
no.
him.
Right.
Like that was dope. That
To
was
me,
dope.
D Smoke looked like he could be like with TDE or
that,
something.
bro, I was just ready to say that. Like, he looked
They-
like
he
yo,
looked
they
like
could-
he's like a
yeah,
great
they could
fit.
use him.
Yeah, I like D Smoke. Excuse me, D Smoke. What's the chick from Atlanta with the? She looked like
London B.
the Adams. Yeah, London B.
I like
Mhm.
her too.
She got the Dalmatian hair or whatever.
The blonde and
It's-
the blonde and the
it's-
black
yeah.
hair. Yeah. What about Felicia George? How y'all felt about her?
Which one was that?
She
that
was
was
the more
good.
of the Lauryn Hill type queen.
Queen and
Peace to my
Yeah.
brother.
How'd y'all feel about her?
she was alright. She was
was aight?
alright. I
Yeah, she
definitely
was-
wanted to burn some incense with her.
Yeah.
Got that sage.
Yeah, she's the sage.
What
get the
about
evil spirits off.
Amavi? The feedback. Which episode was Amavi on? I think it was the Atlanta show. She had on the overalls, and I think she have locks.
She had braids.
She had braids.
Oh, and she was
She was in
something about her
Atlanta.
brother.
So, about her
Yeah,
brother.
the
Her brother's
brother was
incarcerated.
Yeah, she was
I
cool.
really liked
She
her,
was
but
cool.
what do y'all think about the feedback that they gave her? They kind of said that it was a little dark.
I think she didn't do as well as she did at the actual audition. That was me personally. Like, well, when I heard her in the cipher, I was like, dang. Like I expected more. So
Okay.
that was my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. You know, I like the white boy.
you did?
Yeah, just because he doesn't look like he belongs there.
He looks like
But-
Logic.
But he actually impressed me a little bit. He got some flow. He got some flow.
He looks
Yeah.
like Logic.
That can-
I'm definitely gonna be tuned into this genre. Like I said, I think it's every Wednesday on
Mhm.
Netflix for right now. I don't know how long it's gonna run, but hopefully it continues, man. They kind of make it like a ongoing thing.
Right.
Like have different seasons, because I definitely think they got something with this show, man. So shout out to them. Rhythm and Flow.
Mhm.
Staying on the music, man, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just announced that they are nominating for the year 2020, Whitney Houston, God bless her, and the
God bless
Notorious
the baby.
B.I.G., God
Mhm.
bless him. They're being nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think that's amazing, long overdue for both
Very
of
much
them.
So
I don't know I don't know what, like, how long do they wait? Because I'm just like, yo, why won't these people?
I think it's 25 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because Tupac just got in there like a year or two ago or something like
Yeah.
that.
So I think it's
Mm.
25
So-
years.
Wow.
And this is nominated, so they haven't officially been inducted, or they haven't made the decision if they're going to induct them. But I definitely think that they should. I'm pretty sure that they're both going to get inducted,
Yeah.
just based off their, they're both legends. I
Absolutely.
mean, Whitney Houston, that goes without saying. Despite her troubles later in her career, you cannot take nothing away from her music. She's the best voice of all time. We know this.
Facts.
And then
Yeah.
Biggie, I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, boy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you already know. Like,
Sound
that's
like he
Biggie.
did tissue.
Like,
off his
oh,
shit.
bounce me the tissue.
Nah.
Gotta get in the Hall of Fame.
Talking about Biggie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I still feel like Ross kind of took that. I mean, he has his own
is
thing, but
all
Yeah,
the
Ross
way
is the-
fraud
Ross is
anyway.
Ross
He didn't took his
gone.
That's that
name.
big-
I don't
that's
even
that
think
big
of Ross
boy.
when
He
I
can't
think
be
of
big.
no, but
Big.
that part, like, I kind of felt like that was
I-
a little.
That's just a regular fat nigga noise.
Right.
What the fuck you mean?
Hold on. How you know? How you know? How you know what
Big,
kind
you
of noise
got-
a
you
fat
like-
boy make?
Excuse me.
You got
How
a thing
you
for
know?
fat niggas?
You like fat niggas?
Wait,
I mean, ain't nothing wrong.
Hold on,
Ain't nothing
hold
wrong. We ain't
on.
fat shaming no
I'm in
damn
the
body.
fat- I'm
you
in the
just
fat
wait a whole
club.
minute. My name's Victoria Lawrence, and I've never been with a fat dude.
What's-
You know you
Ain't
don't rub
nothing
the belly or
wrong
two.
with the
Stop
fat
playing.
dude. I'm just saying, how you know what they sound like?
Come on, that is a regular fat. Come on
Huh?
now, Dion. Don't
What
play
now?
games.
Don't
It's a
put my
regular
name out
fat
there.
nigga noise.
I don't know if
When
he sound
they-
like a fat dude, but I know he sound like the Gross Sisters of the
Oh.
Proud Family. That's what he sound like.
Congestive heart
Oh.
failure. That's what
Oh
it
my
sounds
God.
like.
Give a
Rub
nigga
on
a
my
tissue.
belly.
You know what I'm saying?
You say give him a. You still coming for me?
Nah, I'm not.
Wait, what? Hold on.
He been
I
getting
missed
on my
that.
box of tissues this whole time.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
side.
I'm not. I
Yes,
swear.
top
Not
family.
feeling
I'm a
well.
little under the weather, so bear with me.
All right, you
That's
making
okay.
you making jokes when the next all of us
I
wake
sound
up.
like James instead of.
Nah, I'm just. Shh, I'm not. Take my vitamin C.
I took my
Yeah,
I
yeah.
vitamins too.
Two
So I
of 'em.
came.
I popped them Jones too. Vitamin C.
Forget all of y'all. For real.
Hey, maybe 3.
What?
Vitamin C.
But yeah, shout out to that. But hopefully, I definitely think that they're gonna get in there.
Yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't get in there. I mean, Whitney a legend, Biggie a legend. But I do think, like, at some point we do need to have a hip hop Hall of
Oh
Fame.
my God, you took the
Like,
words out of my mouth.
They need to make that.
Yo,
I'm glad you say that.
because
They need to
what-
make that.
rock and roll. Like if we put them in that honorary, what are we saying? That they
Right.
made rock and roll music.
'Cause,
You know?
I mean, I may be
Or did
ignorant,
they
but I don't
just-
know any rock and roll Biggie song.
Right.
So,
I think it
I don't think
originated
English-
with. I see what you're saying. I think it originated with the the whole rock and roll theme. But I mean, it's plenty of our artists from hip hop to R&B. It might even be some jazz people in there. But plenty of people from our culture
Yeah.
that have been inducted. But I agree. I think we should have our own, even if it's just not hip hop, just for, urban music,
Mhm.
we should have our own Hall of Fame. Because there's a lot of people that need to go in that joint.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
It's a lot of people. Like,
Mhm.
it's a lot of people. But yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to them. So it's been a debate here lately. I seen this on Shade Room. They said, who's the because Jacquees started it, the king of R&B.
For his
He needs to sit
culture,
down.
He needs to have
whatever.
several seats.
Yes,
Down.
sit down.
He's already sitting.
He need to have several.
Already
Him
sitting.
and
He's already sitting. He's
him and the dude.
He's already
What's the other dude?
YK
YK Osiris.
Yo,
They was going back
who
and
is
forth.
this kid? Get
Who is
out
that?
of here.
You gotta be.
No,
good.
seriously, like,
You
what
seen
was
that
on a
word?
double XL.
Yeah. I would give you the word. Hey, look, don't
Yeah.
Sing
Oh,
that,
no,
sing that
nah.
melody. Sing the
I
melody.
know.
You
Sing
just
that
gotta be
song.
worth it.
Yeah, you could be
Yeah.
a background singer.
No.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No.
they definitely don't. I don't know what they talking about, but Shade Room said Usher is the king of R&B. Now, I don't have too much argument with that. I respect Usher. Usher's a legend. We know this, a whole legend. Usher's definitely one of my favorites.
Absolutely
I
one of
gotta
my
put him up there.
favorites.
He's one of my favorites. A lot of people, despite all his troubles, especially of recent years,
Who's the real king?
they would say
Robert
R. Kelly.
Kelly.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't argue that either from a musical standpoint. We can keep it straight music.
And keep it
'Cause I
straight
definitely
music.
don't
That's
agree
all
with
we
his
can do.
Strictly
his
music.
lifestyle.
Keep it
Just
music.
music.
Who is the king of R&B, y'all? Chris Breezy.
What?
Yeah, rocks and
I
blunts.
really love
Yeah, he
Chris
does-
Brown.
Yeah, he the king of
Hell no.
So we're talking about
He-
now?
Well, yeah, it
I-
depends
King
on.
of-
Because I thought we were talking more like,
That's the thing. How do
or
we,
just of all time.
do
How are we
come up with it?
classifying
Like, how
this?
do we classify it?
Because
'Cause Chris-
Usher.
I think it's a little too early to include Chris Brown. That's just my point of view.
I mean, he has.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
He has
but-
been in the game for a very long
years.
time.
Man, nah. If it takes 25 for a Rock and Roll
For
Hall of
Whitney
Fame,
Houston.
now we
Right.
got to give it a little bit more.
Chris-
More.
Chris is the
Give him a little
king
bit more
of
time.
rocks and
That's
blunts.
Me, this is me.
He's
Goodbye.
the king of rocks.
Goodbye.
He's the king of
Oh,
rocks
don't
and
do
blunts.
that.
Crazy.
Why did I?
Don't do that to Chris.
And Bobby Brown is the king of
Huh?
ribs and barbecue.
who
That's
is-
the R&B right
I
there.
completely missed that.
Oh
But
Oh.
I definitely agree. I mean, Usher is.
Yeah, he's up
He
there.
needs to be
Usher
coming
had-
up on
I mean,
some type
Usher's
of
been out
award,
Gotta
since
give
we
him
was
that
nomination.
13, 14.
Man, younger than that. I was in
Nah, he
second
been-
grade when I first heard "You Remind Me."
But I'm
were
saying
not
no,
in
but
the
he
second
was out
grade.
before then.
Yeah, he was out.
That one
there.
is first. That
was
one
like
is first album.
1990s,
Yeah.
He came out like
so-
13, 14, so he's 40 now.
Yeah, he's like 41.
Listen,
Yeah,
I
like
am
Usher's-
in love with Usher, and
on, man.
he will
He
always
was making music
be
when he was still a teenager.
one of my
Come on, man.
favorite.
Yeah, Usher deserves a
He
spot
made-
up
listen,
there.
man.
He
This man,
deserves a spot.
he made Confessions.
Confessions.
We need another
Listen,
confession.
I'm gonna just end it at that.
Come on now.
That is that.
But
He made Confessions.
But how many people do you know can make a special edition and all of the songs on the extended version still go?
That joint went diamond, bro.
I love
He
Confessions.
went diamond.
Touche.
If he could give us another one of those.
I don't think he can give us another confession.
You don't think so?
I could
Everything
think
that
he
he
can give
has
us
been through,
quality
he could give
music.
us
I don't
some.
think he can give us another confession.
Well, he's back with Jermaine Dupri, so he might got some. He might
I
be
hope
cooking up some stuff.
I think he is.
Did anybody listen to the album he did with Zaytoven?
Yeah, that
Zaytoven.
joint was- that joint-
I like that joint. That joint was hard.
It was okay.
That joint was hard. I mean, I get what he was trying to do. I think a lot of his core audience didn't want to hear that from him.
Right.
But sometimes you got to do something different. Like I love Zaytoven, so
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
trap.
it was hard. It was hard. Like,
Trap rap.
but yeah, if you're not a fan of the Zaytoven sound, then But so okay, Usher's obviously in there. Robert Kelly.
He wanted to top, man.
I mean, if we just speaking,
If
it's just music. If we just
Nothing else.
Speaking,
Just
we already
music.
made that clear.
Step in the name
he's
of
in
love.
there. He's in there. If we just talking strictly music,
Come on, man.
he's in there.
He's
All right, so I mean, and they got the joint together. What's the joint they got together? Usher
Same
Ain't no
girl.
same girl.
That joint's still a lot. That joint's still a
You about
lot.
to listen to it on the way home?
If it's
yes.
just
I'm gonna play that joint.
Play with
just music.
No, I'm about to listen to
Confession.
it.
You gotta keep saying that.
Yeah.
R. Kelly,
if it's just music, if it's going, music, like singing and all that, but Kale's got it. I don't care.
And not even that.
Okay.
Like he
wrote
just got
songs.
it. Yeah,
Not even
like,
his
yeah,
work.
he's a
The
great
work that
songwriter.
he just wrote.
Yeah, like
vocalist. Okay. Yeah, R. Kelly, great songs, vocal ability. Usher, another great vocalist. I think a lot of people sleep on his vocals, but he's a performer.
He's
too.
a great
Yeah.
performer.
yeah.
Yeah, he got that stage.
Okay, so we got Robert Kelly. Okay, is there anybody in Michael Jackson, the king of pop?
Yeah, he already had that time.
Yeah, Prince. Is Prince in there?
That's
No.
pop too to me.
I think Prince is more poppy.
Okay, so
Bruno
Robert,
Mars, would y'all put him in?
Bruno,
R&B?
who? Bruno.
No.
He gotta
Okay.
come a little bit.
Not the
pop.
king, but I'm
Pop.
just saying, would you put him in R&B?
If he makes some more, he gotta
Okay.
earn
Yeah.
his stripes
He's pop,
to me.
too.
Yeah.
So let's
he's
go with
yeah,
that
he's
because I brought it
Yeah.
all the way forward. So
But hold on now. Hold
Okay.
on. What about my boy Genuine? We ain't gonna get my boy Genuine no love.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I thought I was gonna get a better
I
I listen to
response
Charlie
from
Wilson.
y'all.
Oh my
Tony.
God.
Charlie
What?
Wilson.
You listen to Charlie Wilson?
Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson, a
Still
whole
good.
that he's a
Yeah.
legend.
Man, he's an old player.
Nice.
He's an old player.
From
That's
the
all he is.
Himalayas.
He's an
Yeah.
old
Uncle
player.
Charlie.
You know
Yeah,
the internet
he's-
ain't shit because I just saw a meme with Charlie Wilson and Pastor Wilson.
You know what?
That
We're not gonna do that to Charlie. We're not gonna do that to Charlie. We're not
Charlie
gonna
Wilson
do
is
that.
married to a white woman. He could
What?
never.
We're not
He
gonna
could
do
never.
that.
Oh,
He could never.
Oh,
He could never pass the Wilson.
moving on.
Hold on. Alright, you wake up Saturday morning. When you younger. You hear music playing. You hear that Luther. It's time to get up and clean. What you mean?
No, why you playing?
Right.
Why you playing?
Right.
Lu-
You're right.
Luther?
Come on now.
A house is not a home? Come on, bro.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. You about to get me crying on here.
Oh no.
Get down on them hands and knees. Get
See,
your baseboards.
that's not fair though, cause you bringing up like I said the
Keith
OGs.
Sweat.
Teddy P.
Whew, I'm about to bring up Barry White. Don't play with me.
I ain't never really get into Barry White like
Really?
that.
I love his voice. I love his voice.
Teddy P was my dude.
Basley.
Light a candle.
Oh.
Turn them off. That's technically what he was saying. Love TKO boy. Somebody get knocked out.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh, TKO.
Hey,
Okay,
that's
you
see,
are.
that's what I'm saying. This is hard. I can't really say there's a king of R&B.
What you preach.
So then we gotta put this whole
Yeah.
topic into
Alright,
the next
so we-
episode
let's-
because
alright, so
really
let's-
bring out the classics.
Let's go from our age bracket down. So like, I mean, Luther and all them are the obvious legends, but that's like more so our parents' music, and I get it. But
Okay.
so R. Kelly, Usher, who's after that? Is Chris after that? Trey? Trey should go in there.
I
Just gotta make it.
Put
Just gotta
Trey
make
in.
it as classic.
listen,
If
but
you
now
Trey
it's
in,
gotta
you gotta
be
put
this
Chris in.
classic.
Just gotta make it classic.
I don't know,
And-
man.
If you put Trey in, you gotta put Chris in. So then it's like,
You got
I
it.
ain't mad
We're
at
not
it.
taking Chris out.
Yeah, I'm about to say you gotta throw Chris in.
Stays.
Chris stays. He had.
Chris got
If we
like
talking our age.
I would choose
You
Chris
know.
over Trey.
Over Trey
I don't
Songz?
know.
Absolutely
I would.
not. Just for the type of music that I would.
I-
Like I feel like Trey Songz makes music more for the mature audience, whereas
Chris
Chris
Brown
Brown
Chris
he
Brown.
has those
His
mature
too.
songs.
Chris
but
got more hits.
I
but
feel
Trey,
like I'd rather
could've-
listen to that if I was in.
Trey has that
Wet
effect.
Wet
maybe.
Right.
the bed.
Say what?
Wet the bed.
Yo, you said
Chris?
listen,
Yes, Chris broke the song. What the hell y'all talking
I know what you're
Oh.
talking about, but I'm still like the effect that Chris gives me over Trey is
Like,
different.
put it like this.
You like
I
panty
won't fuck
drops.
Like
Trey.
Trey-
I
oh,
wouldn't fuck
Tank.
Chris.
Did we no, we
Tank?
can't put Tank in there?
Shit, yeah, I rock
You
with
cannot
Tank,
put Tank in there?
I rock with Tank.
Tank,
I do
yes,
rock with
but he
Tank.
just don't
Love
have
and Pain?
a
That's Love and Pain too.
The king of R&B.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
so
can be
let's just
Prince
drop
area.
the argument
Man, I'm
about
about to say, we
King
say that
and
we gotta
just
put
say
Genuine in
That's
that
what I'm
joint.
saying.
Genuine.
What they
I actually went on Song
They was a group. I don't think they did
Genuine,
one.
Tank,
Genuine and
Ty-
Tank.
Genuine,
Tyrese.
Tank, and
It was a-
Tyrese. No, they did a
I
tour.
love
They just did a
Tyrese.
tour
Nah,
together.
they had a damn.
They had a group.
Yeah, they had a
They
group.
did.
Oh,
TGT.
yeah.
It was called
TGT.
TGT.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Them niggas broke up during the album.
So I'm just trying to think. So let's shift from King and just throw in some really good R&B male artists. We got Carl Thomas. We got Case. I definitely would
What
put
about
Genuine
the
in
groups
there.
though? 112.
Shit, 112.
Oh,
112.
absolutely.
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. They got bangers.
Yeah.
They got bangers.
New Edition, the greatest of all time.
Okay, so now you took it
It's
back.
See, now you going backward.
Going
then.
back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just saying my favorite
Still
group.
put damn Avant.
Oh, absolutely.
Avant is
Avant.
If you throw a bond there, you gotta throw Case in that joint
I
too,
said
though. 'Cause that
Case.
nigga was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, I ain't in here. My bad.
And then we gotta put Joe in there. Then.
Oh yeah, you
Absolutely.
definitely got to put
Joe always got to be in there.
They say this is a big rich town.
No, I'm talking about. I wanna know.
Go ahead, hit that.
Y'all better leave it.
Go ahead.
I
Go stop.
You big with the vocals. I like Joe. Joe is hard. Joe is tough. Okay, so let's flip it. Queen of R&B.
Mary
Beyonce.
J. Blige.
Beyonce.
No.
R&B.
Beyonce's R&B.
Beyonce does a little
She's
bit
more
of
pop
everything
to me. Okay,
Beyonce-
so what are we talking? We
She does
talking
a little
about
bit of everything.
recently, or are we talking about
all the time.
Dangerously
All the time.
in Love?
Beyonce's pop.
Does this child?
Beyonce can.
Beyonce is-
She is. Yeah.
Really?
Recently.
She goes.
Let the record
crosses
reflect.
over.
I am a member of the Beehive.
crosses
I
over.
love.
She's
Beyonce.
popular.
This
So
is
that's what I'm
not
saying. What makes
a
you
diss,
pop?
But I feel like she's
Beyonce
more
will
pop.
get an honorary in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
What makes you pop though?
a couple more years from now.
Yeah, I guess I think
Is it
having
being
that
popular?
crossover audience, I feel, makes you
That's
a little
what
bit
makes
more pop.
Yeah, when you start to dabble more into that upbeat,
'cause
that techno.
Crazy in Love was not.
So Rihanna's pop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do Monica.
she got a few R&B
Monica
joints, but
R&B.
she, you know.
Okay.
Monica,
Oh,
Brand,
Monica
oh,
R&B.
Monica.
my man.
Brandy.
Brandy.
One of the
Yeah,
best voices
they
of
up
all
in
time.
there.
She is one of my
part.
favorites of all time.
I love
I
Brandy.
can still play Angel in Disguise.
That first album was hard. Brandy's first album. was
Yes, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
Queen of R&B, I gotta get the Mary.
Mary.
I was gonna say Mary J.
Yeah, I
she
think-
got
I
that.
think it's across the board.
That's a
Mary
given.
J.
Yes.
Like she sets the bar.
So
That's
King
who
and
my mama
Queen,
was listening to
King
clean
and
up
Queen,
the
R.
house.
Kelly, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, Erica.
Oh, I forgot about Erykah Badu. She dope as fuck.
Battleism
Mm.
from top to bottom. I can listen to that straight through.
Erica is the queen, okay?
All
She
right.
is
Simple.
Hold on.
She
Y'all
burning
just hit
sage,
something in the
too.
soul. Just I mean,
She be getting them demons
She's
up out of
scared.
there.
Erykah
She
Badu
scares
scares me.
you?
Yeah.
what you mean? Like
Because every
witchcraft?
dude that's been with her just
Emotionally damaged.
just went left. Andre, Common. What's the other dude that was with her? Dude to be with Dr. Dre. DOC. All them like.
They're emotionally damaged. Common talked about it. He talked about how heartbroken he was.
Man, that nigga won't even eating, bro, after that
Through
shit.
it. He
She
needed
got-
therapy.
Not even eating,
She
bro.
had voodoo.
We got this peach cobbler, bro. That nigga like, no, I can't.
Pastor Wilson need to get up on that.
We're not gonna bring him up no more.
I want to know what Pastor Wilson gonna say to his congregation Sunday morning.
I've been delivered.
Social media's the devil.
Oh yeah. He was in some prayer. What the where he talking?
We all got nasty a little sometimes.
Nah, I seen something. He came out with something. Like Pastor Wilson. I seen
Wait,
it,
what?
like, a
Was it
couple
him
hours
or
ago.
was it a different
No,
pastor
it was
that was in the
him.
video?
He was like, I'm a pastor and I like pussy.
Oh no, that wasn't
No,
him.
that
I
was a
seen that on
different guy.
Facebook. That was
Oh, that was a different pastor.
But I think he was speaking on that video.
was speaking on that video.
Saying like,
He was
okay,
like-
tripping.
like y'all caught me slipping, but hey, I eat pussy. What you want me to do?
Pastor is this? Like what church?
Yeah.
Bro.
In
I mean, come on now. You think the pastor? He a man.
Listen,
I mean, he a man, but
He's
he's
got a
supposed to be
congregation
different-
group.
Yeah,
But she recorded it. Who know? He might have been so unaware.
Nah, he knew.
Nah, he knew on the
That
camera.
was-
Yeah.
I feel like he knew.
Gotta know.
He
He was
probably
too
said
Probably
it
didn't think the
himself.
dirty bit.
He was
gonna
too.
post
He was
it
too
somewhere.
focused.
He was styling on that jump for the
Nah, I
can.
think he's trying to get all the Sister Marys to sit on the
But
front
he,
row.
and when he married,
That's
That's
the
what
tea.
it's
He's married and that was
rumored. Yeah.
not his wife.
so married. So
tough.
first of all, you doing that?
That's
You
a
wilding.
Right.
Everybody, you wilding,
Absolutely.
and you on the camera, right? You tripping.
And he's a man of God.
No
So you
face,
telling me
no
you ain't
case,
never-
and his
you ain't
face
look
is
up?
fully in the camera.
That's tough.
You ain't look up. You tripping.
That nigga wife probably like, you ain't never do that on me.
Nah, she probably getting service by some member of the usher board.
Oh, the usher boy.
Nah, the deacon. That's what it is.
The deacon boy. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese.
Nah.
All right, y'all. Well, I think we just gonna wrap up tonight's episode, man. It's been fun talking with y'all. A lot of good points. Shout out to our sponsor, Raw Audio, for holding us down on the audio tip. Shout out brother DJ behind the lens, and we will talk to y'all next time. I'm IV.
Just Dub.
Brown Vic.
Love Jamie.
And D Carrot.
This is the Top Podcast.
The top.
We out.
Opinionated. Truly opinionated. Truly opinionated. Truly.
Truly opinionated.